Hello, I'm Dr. Larry Varedo. Today, we're going to dive headfirst into that strange, mysterious world we all visit every single night, our dreams. We're going to find what Freud called the dream key and use it to finally unlock the hidden logic behind all that madness.
You know the feeling, right? You bolt upright in bed and just think, what in the world was that about? We've all been there. But what if those bizarre little movies playing in your head aren't just random nonsense? What if they're actually puzzles, just waiting for us to solve them?
All right, so their first big idea you have to get is that every single dream has two faces. There's what you see on the surface, and then there's what's really going on underneath.
And this is what that looks like. On one hand, you've got the manifest content. That's the stuff you remember. The wacky story, the flying cats, whatever. Think of it like a picture puzzle. But on the other hand, there's the latent thought. That's the hidden meaning, the unconscious wish. It's the solution to the puzzle, and it's what we're really hunting for.
So how do you even start to find that hidden meaning? Well, you don't look at the whole story. You look at the pieces. Every single thing in your dream, a hat, a tree, a person, isn't just there by accident. It's a stand-in, a substitute for something else that your conscious mind just can't quite grab. It's kind of like a slip of the tongue, you know? You say one thing, but you really mean another.
Okay, so if the dream is a code, how in the world do we crack it? Well, there's a specific technique for that, and it's our main tool for this whole investigation. It's called free association, and it's actually pretty simple. There are just 3 rules. Step 1, you have to completely ignore the dream story. Forget about whether it makes sense or is totally bonkers. That's a distraction. Step 2, take each little piece of the dream one by one and just let your mind wander. No judging, no editing, just see where it goes. And finally, step 3, you just wait. The whole idea is that the real hidden thought will eventually just pop up on its own.
Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this works in the real world. Here's a quick case file. A woman had this dream that God had a pointed paper hat on his head. I mean, sounds completely nuts, right? A paper hat on God? But watch this.
So she followed the rules. She focused just on that one element, the pointed paper hat. And boom, an association came to her mind almost instantly. She remembered that as a little kid, whenever she tried to peek at what her siblings were eating, they'd make her wear a similar paper hat as a blinder at the dinner table.
And there it is. The hat was a blinder. God is all-seeing. So what is her unconscious mind saying by putting a blinder on the all-seeing God? It's screaming, I know and see everything, just like God, even when you try to stop me. See? Suddenly, that totally absurd image becomes a perfectly logical, powerful statement. It's amazing.
But here's the thing. Just as you start getting close to these hidden meanings, something strange happens. You'll hit a wall, and that wall is put up by your very own mind. It's a phenomenon called resistance.
Resistance. It's this powerful force that pushes back against you at every turn. It's your own brain, basically, trying to keep its secrets under lock and key.
And you'll hear it in your own thoughts. It's that little voice that says, no, that can't be it. That's too weird. Or, that's completely beside the point. And the big one, wow, that idea is way too unpleasant to even think about. But here's the secret. These criticisms don't mean you're on the wrong track. Oh no, they mean you're on the right one.
Freud had this great analogy for it. He said, if a child does not want to open his clenched fist, he is certainly hiding something he ought not to have. And that's exactly what resistance is. It's a clenched fist. It's a huge flashing neon sign telling you, dig here, you're getting warm.
Okay, so we've got our method, free association, and we know to look out for the obstacle, resistance. But what's the point of all this? What is a dream actually for? Well, the biggest clue, believe it or not, comes from the simplest dreams of all, the dreams of children.
Just look at these. A toddler, not even 2 years old, has to give away his cherries. That night, what does he dream? Herman eat all cherries. A 3-year-old girl is bummed that a boat trip ended too soon. Her dream? Last night, I rode on the lake. A 5-year-old boy is disappointed he didn't get to see a famous mountain lodge on his trip. His dream? Last night, I dreamed that we were in the Simony-Huet. So what's the pattern here? What connects all of these?
It's so beautifully simple. Children's dreams aren't meaningless gibberish. They are direct, obvious, totally unconcealed wish fulfillments. The dream simply gives them the thing they were denied during the day. And folks, that right there, that's the master key to everything.
Okay, so if the master key is wish fulfillment, that lets us understand the dream's ultimate job. And that brings us to the final, and maybe most profound piece of this whole puzzle, the dream as the guardian of sleep.
So, why do we dream? Here's the big twist. We don't dream to disturb our sleep, we dream to protect it. The main job of a dream is to act as a guardian. It takes all those psychic disturbances, the worries, the desires, the things you wanted but didn't get during the day, and it deals with them so you can keep on sleeping.
And this is so important to grasp. We often wake up and think, ugh, that dream disturbed my sleep. But the truth is the exact opposite. Without that dream, you wouldn't have slept at all. That unfulfilled wish, that anxiety, it would have become so strong, it would have just woken you right up. The dream is your mind's brilliant way of saying, hey, relax, I got this, go back to sleep.
And it's really cool? This isn't some brand new, shocking idea. It's actually hidden in old folk proverbs. You've probably heard things like, the pig dreams of acorns, the goose of maize. People have always known, on some level, that our dreams are about what we want.
So that leaves us with one last, really powerful question to think about. If a child's dream is a simple, straightforward wish come true, and your adult dreams are just a more complicated, more disguised version of the very same thing, then what is it that you are truly deeply wishing for when your head hits the pillow at night?